Hi, I'm Freya from Ohio. Please like and subscribe. I belong to a home that was filled with happiness and love. And my dad worked very hard to give us the best life. Once when I was 4, Dad spent an entire weekend building me a treehouse in our backyard.
This is your special place. You can always come up here and look at the beautiful sky.
Thank you, Daddy!
And when your sister grows a little taller, promise me that you'll share this treehouse with her and always be happy together.
I promise. My sister Iris was 2 years younger and I loved her to bits. I would dance for her and she would laugh like crazy and clap her little hands. When I turned 6, Mom bought us walkie-talkies, and we had so much fun hiding from our parents. The coast is all clear here. Over. I see Mom's red hair. Over. Okay, I'm climbing down. Over. As I climbed down from the treehouse, I saw my aunt and my cousin enter our yard. I ran to greet them, and so did Iris.
Freya and Iris, you've grown so big.
Our cousin Shirley was the same age as me, and stood very quietly, without even a smile on her face. Just then, I noticed that they had 2 big suitcases with them. Are you going on holiday, Aunt?
Yes, we're here for the holiday.
Just then, Dad came out and helped Aunt with our bags. Aunt and Dad were twins, and he cared about her deeply. I was happy to have them around until Mom took me aside and spoke to me.
Freya, you will move into Iris's room and share her bed.
But Iris's bed is so small, Mom.
I know, honey. It's just until your aunt finds a job and moves out.
How long will that be?
Just a few months.
But months turned into years, and I was 10 and still squeezing into Iris's bed. My aunt didn't find a job, and Dad had to let her stay since they only had each other. And slowly, Aunt and Shirley started to become a nuisance. Yeah. Once in 7th grade, Mom had planned a party for me and Iris for being top achievers at school. When Aunt suddenly said she felt really sick.
Maybe you should have the party on another day. I'm so unwell. Shirley must have caught it too. Look, she feels so warm. It's possible what we have is contagious.
But I've already bought all the food and invited the guests. I can't cancel everything just a day before the party.
Maybe you two could just stay in your room, Aunt.
Oh, so you want me and my daughter to stay in the rooms like we are outcasts? Did you hear what she said, brother? We aren't good enough for their party. They always make us feel like we're living on their charity.
What? She didn't mean it like that.
Aunt started coughing loudly and Dad took her to her room. When he returned, he asked us if we could cancel the party. But Dad, Iris, and I already invited all our friends.
My mom is sick and I think you should listen to your dad.
It does seem insensitive to have a party when she's unwell. We can have it another time, please.
It was so hard to say no to Dad, so we canceled it. And just then I caught sight of Shirley grinning as she walked away to her room. She and Aunt were such drama queens. And the worst part was that Shirley was in the same class as me. In 8th grade, I got selected to be the class president. And just as I was about to give my first presentation on all the changes I wanted to make, I stared at the projector in horror. Instead of my slideshow, it was a video of me singing and doing a stupid dance in front of my mirror at home.
That's your president trying to be Beyonce. Gosh, how stupid does she look?
Shirley, you're a wicked witch, just like your mother! She got up and pushed me against the chalkboard, and I took the duster and buffed her face white. Seconds later, everyone around us was laughing as we broke out into a full-scale catfight. But the teacher was not impressed by my behavior.
Freya, I'm taking away your position as class president until you learn to lead by example. Hitting someone's face with a duster is not leadership material.
But she pushed me!
And you called her mother a witch?
Later that afternoon, while I was doing my homework, Aunt came and sat next to me with her tea, and she poured it all over my books. Hey, what are you doing?
This will teach you to watch what you say about me. I'm a witch, huh?
I'm telling Dad about this.
Go ahead. I'll just say it was an accident. He will never believe you over me, his beloved sister.
And she was right. Dad didn't believe me.
Freya, I'm sick of you disrespecting your aunt. When your mother gets back from the store, we're having a family meeting.
But Mom had been gone for hours, and she wasn't even answering any calls. We were beginning to feel worried, but just then, a car drove up to the house, and Mom thanked a strange man as he dropped her off and drove away.
What happened?
My car's engine suddenly heated up and my phone was dead. Luckily, my boss was driving by, so he offered me a ride.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get your car towed and fixed.
I just couldn't help noticing the way that man looked at you.
What way? What are you trying to say?
Nothing, just saying.
My aunt was on a mission to stir up trouble between my parents. And later that evening, while Mom was in the bathroom, I found Aunt digging in Mom's bag. What are you doing?
Why don't you go up to your room and read a book, dear?
Not until you tell me what you're up to.
I'm looking for a painkiller for the headache you're giving me. Ah, there it is.
She took it and left, and I told Mom right away, but she checked her bag and said everything was in place. But just a few days later, it was Dad's birthday, and Mom bought him some new shoes.
Oh, I was expecting a Rolex watch.
Ha ha ha, really? Well, honey, that's quite an expensive gift.
But you used our credit card to buy it 2 days ago? I got a message on my phone?
What? No, I didn't.
Mom and Dad got into an argument on his birthday, and then Aunt came along to make things worse.
Oh, I think I know who your wife bought the watch for. It was for that same man who dropped you off last time. You know, her boss.
And how would you know that?
I'm my brother's sister, and I see everything that goes on around here. I won't let anyone betray him.
I've had enough of this nonsense. Who do you believe, me or her?
Dad believed Aunt. And that day, Mom packed her bags and took me and Iris with her. Mom rented out a small apartment, but things were not easy with Mom's small salary, and Dad only paid for our school fees. And soon after, things got even worse when Iris started to feel sick. When Mom took her to the doctor, we got the scariest news ever. Iris had a problem with her heart, and she needed a donor. Oh, Mom, why is this happening? I don't want anything to happen to Iris.
And nothing will. We have to stay positive, honey.
Iris had to stay at the hospital for a while. And one day, Dad came to visit with Aunt and Shirley. But when the adults weren't in the room, Shirley turned to Iris and said,
Now because of you, your dad might lose our house.
What are you saying?
Don't listen to her, Iris.
He's paying for your treatment, stupid. He can't afford the mortgage payments on the house. Thanks to you, we'll be homeless soon.
It was never your house to begin with. Get out of Iris's room now. Later that day, I started to do some research on heart donors, and I was surprised to find applications on a funding program called the Heart Foundation. I quickly applied, telling my story, and sent it with fingers crossed. When I told Iris about it the next day, it made her really happy.
Even though our family is no longer the same happy family, I'm so glad that I have you as my sister and best friend.
I hugged her and then turned on the music on her phone, and I started dancing for her like old times. And she laughed so much. Back at school, I struggled to keep my grades up because of everything that was going on. And one day, Shirley scored higher than me in math and couldn't stop rubbing it in my face.
Now that I'm the smarty pants of the family, I'm gonna tell my uncle to throw me a party. Don't worry, you're invited, as the waitress.
Suddenly, I felt so furious that I just screamed and charged her. But somehow I managed to stop myself at the last second. So I was shocked when Shirley suddenly fell to the floor like she'd fainted. Shirley?
Oh my God, what if you killed her?
What? I didn't even touch her.
No, I saw you.
Her friend ran off to call the principal. Shirley was rushed to the hospital where she was just fine soon after. But I was suspended for 2 weeks. I was really angry, but my suspension meant I got to spend a little more time with Iris at the hospital.
I miss our treehouse.
Me too! Let's go there! You know we can't do that. We'll get in so much trouble.
Please, Freya. I'm so tired of being in the hospital.
My sister made her puppy dog eyes at me, so I put her on the wheelchair and told the nurses that I was taking her out for some fresh air. We sneaked right out of the hospital and got onto a bus that took us to Dad's house. No one seemed to be at home, so we headed straight to our tree house. Are you sure you can even climb up?
Yeah, of course I can.
Okay, go really slow and I'm right behind you. Iris climbed up the ladder, but as soon as she was inside the treehouse, she let out a loud scream. I started climbing up frantically, but just then, I saw Shirley looking down at me, and next to her was a boy from school. Shirley, what are you doing here?
Bunking school and making out with my boyfriend. You and your sister are trespassing.
Shut up, this is our treehouse.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that.
She kicked the ladder and I lost my balance. But luckily, I caught a tree branch just in time.
Oh my God, Freya.
I turned to see Dad looking up at me, and next to him was Mom. Dad quickly put the ladder back and helped me climb down. What are you guys doing here?
The hospital told us you were missing. We figured you might be here.
I'm sorry, Mom.
It's not her fault. I made her bring me here because this is my happy place.
Iris cried. And we had a family hug until it was interrupted by Aunt.
What's going on here?
Shirley kicked the ladder down while Freya was on it.
What nonsense. My Shirley would never do that.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Shirley came down from the treehouse with the boy, and Aunt didn't look so happy.
Shirley!
I'm sorry.
Shirley looked down sadly, but I didn't buy her act one bit.
I'm so disappointed in you, Shirley. You really could have hurt Freya.
And if you're really sorry, tell everyone the truth about what happened in school.
You pushed me. That's what happened.
Yes, she did. And brother, why are you holding that woman's hand? Have you forgotten that other man she's with?
Dad immediately let go of Mom's hand and she looked so sad. As Mom drove Iris back to the hospital, I had a brilliant idea. Mom, can I borrow your credit card?
Honey, I'm already owing a lot on my credit card.
No, I'm not buying anything. I just want to investigate something. I then asked her to drop me at the mall and went to the only jewelry store that sold Rolex watches. Excuse me, can you check my mom's credit card? I think she bought a Rolex watch here some time back. The store assistant checked the card, and the time of the purchase showed up. I requested to see the CCTV footage of that date and time, and it was exactly what I had expected. My aunt was the one using my mom's credit card. I made a copy of the video on my flash drive and left. I was on my way to Dad's office when I got a phone call that made me yell out with excitement. Iris's application for the donor heart was approved. My sister was going to get a new heart, and she would be completely okay. When I reached Dad's office, I showed him the video from the jewelry shop.
Oh my God! I don't know what to say. She's my only sister. Why would she do this to me?
You really broke our hearts when you believed your sister over us, Dad. Aunt broke our happy family and you let her? The next day, while Mom and I were in the hospital with Iris, Dad suddenly walked in with flowers.
I am so sorry. And I know my apology is not going to be enough right now, but I love you all very much, and I will do anything to have you back home.
Mom didn't forgive him immediately, but once she heard that he'd kicked out Aunt and Shirley for good, she was willing to give Dad a second chance. And slowly, our family became whole again. I learned a big lesson here. Always look for the truth, even if it hurts. A good leader is a truth seeker.
Hi, I'm Rapunzel from Armenia. Please like and subscribe. When I was little, my mom and I moved a lot. We changed towns every few months. And I couldn't help noticing that I was different from the people around me, even Mom. Everyone had dark eyes and hair, so my blonde curls and green eyes attracted attention.
Wow, she's so precious! And well, she looks nothing like you. Is she really yours?
Mom always smiled and said I looked like my dad, but I knew she didn't like the comments. And soon, we moved again.
Don't look at anyone directly. And never take your hoodie off outside. People get jealous of your beauty. Love.
I was 6 when Mom started working as a cook in a mansion, and she told me strictly to never leave the kitchen. One afternoon, Mom had gone out for groceries when a tall woman walked in, and she stopped short when she saw me.
Aren't you a beautiful little girl? Why don't you come with me, honey?
As I was in her living room eating cakes and chatting nonstop, Mom came bursting in.
There you are. I've been looking for you everywhere. Sorry, mistress.
Oh no. I brought her here. From now on, she'll spend time with me while you work.
Mom wasn't happy at all, but I'd have the best time. The mistress helped me with my reading and gave me lovely gifts. But a few weeks later, she said she wanted to adopt me.
I can give her every luxury in the world. Her life will be 1,000 times better. As my daughter.
How can you even ask this, ma'am, to part with my own child? I would never.
You fool. If you truly cared about her, you'd let her have the life she deserves. Also, I looked up your records and there's no birth certificate for any child of yours. Leave her with me and we can keep all our little secrets.
She reached out for my hand, but I grabbed hers and bit it hard. She screamed as Mom and I ran.
Pack your things quickly. Hurry!
And so we left, but this time we kept traveling till we reached some docks late at night.
We're leaving for the U.S., darling. We'll never know any peace here.
Someone Mom knew helped us sneak onto a cargo ship, and we left to start a new life in New York. We spent the first few months in a homeless shelter, but Mom found a job at a restaurant soon, and we could afford a small place. Mom even let me join the public school after changing my name. When I asked why, she said it was for my own good, and I didn't ask anymore. Even though I didn't really stand out here, people still admired my looks. In 5th grade, my friend Melissa, who participated in beauty pageants, told me to try out too. The prize money was good, so I begged Mom to let me join, and I soon became a pageant queen, and modeling offers started pouring in. By the time I was in high school, I'd done my first national ad for a shampoo, and my face was on a billboard. One morning in 10th grade, I walked into the school hallway to see some kids gathered around a boy. He turned his face, and I caught my breath. He was beautiful. He threw his head back and laughed at something, and it was the most captivating sound in the world. Suddenly, our eyes met, and I realized I'd been staring at him like a moron. But I had to find out who he was. I walked into class to find all the girls talking about this handsome new stranger. Just then, we heard a loud groan.
Ugh, jeez. I'll tell you who he is if you give me $20 each. And for $50, I'll introduce you gals to him. He's my brother.
The new boy introduced himself as Derek and said his brother Ryder was our senior. Just then, the teacher walked in, and everyone flew to their seats. I caught Derek looking at me, and he smiled. He was cute, but his brother was a Greek god. One day, I had to reach a modeling audition after school, and as I quickly crossed the road, my heel got stuck in a chewed gum. As I struggled to set it loose, I looked up to see a motorcyclist charging straight at me. But suddenly, someone pushed me out of the way. I opened my eyes to see Ryder looking down at me.
Hey, are you okay?
I think so. Nope, I feel dizzy. Ryder swept me up effortlessly and carried me to his car. He took me to the hospital, and it turned out I had a minor concussion.
Your mom's on the way, I called her.
Thank you. I am so lucky you were right there.
Well, it wasn't a coincidence. I was actually following you to ask you out.
Really?
Why do you sound surprised? I can't be your first admirer. You just might be the most beautiful girl I've ever met, Rapunzel.
He touched my cheek and my heart fluttered. Just then, Mom walked in, and she couldn't stop thanking Ryder. I was discharged soon, and he even dropped us off at home. Ryder and I started dating, and the next few weeks were like a dream. He was intelligent and thoughtful and always knew how to make me laugh. We were the golden couple of the school. A few days later, I got paired with Derek for a science project, and we met up at the library to discuss it. It's funny, we've hardly spoken before, especially since you're in my class and I'm dating your brother.
Well, Ryder has that effect on girls. They fall head over heels for him and see nothing else.
That's not true, and I'd like to get to know you. Let's all have dinner sometime.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Listen, Rapunzel, there's something...
What's going on here?
Hey, we're working on our project, and I was just...
He's your project partner? No, that won't work. I'll talk to your teacher and have your partner changed.
What? This is none of your business, dude.
It's very much my business, dude. I don't want my girlfriend to fail, which she will with you.
Derek looked furious and stormed off. Ryder, you can't tell me who to be partners with. And what's wrong with your brother?
Listen, babe, you don't know him. He's not serious about anything. And he just thinks he'll inherit millions one day without lifting a finger. I'm already working with Dad and his company, and freeloaders like Derek just bother me. Trust me, he's gonna make you do all the work and just take credit for it in the end. Just ask your teacher to change your partner, please.
Derek didn't seem like that, but Ryder knew his brother better, and he looked upset. So I requested the teacher for a partner change the next day. Life was good, except that lately, I'd been getting rejected after auditions, and Melissa had gotten a few ad campaigns I'd really wanted. But she was my friend, and I was happy for her. We were at a party together one evening, and I noticed Ryder was really quiet on the way home. Hey, you worried about something?
Yeah, just you, babe. You trust people way too easily.
What do you mean?
You don't think it's strange that Melissa has suddenly been getting every single commercial? She's rich. What if her mom paid bribes to get her those parts?
What? No! Melissa would never do that. She's the one who got me into modeling.
And she probably regrets it now since you've been doing so much better than her. Jealousy can really change people, Rapunzel. Trust me, I know.
His words made me uneasy, but I decided to ignore him. But a few days later, Melissa and I were at an audition for a lipstick commercial, and she kept forgetting her lines. I had a flawless audition, so I was shocked when Melissa was selected again.
Hey, I was so sure you'd get that.
Yeah, me too!
Wait, why do you sound mad at me? I'm just as surprised.
Oh, drop the act! It makes no sense you'd get selected unless you paid your way in.
What, are you crazy?
I can't believe you'd stoop so low. Ryder was right.
He said this about me? Rapunzel, you've known me since we were kids. Why are you letting this guy?
He's my boyfriend! And he's clearly less naive than I am. Melissa and my other friend stopped talking to me after that, and it just made me angrier that they all took her side. Thank God I had Ryder! Soon it was our 2-month anniversary, and Ryder wanted to celebrate in style by taking me out on a date to a classy French restaurant.
I want you to sit on this side, facing just me. I don't want anyone else to admire your beauty tonight.
That's a bit weird, and so cheesy.
It's just how I feel. And here's your present.
Ryder, you've already done so much! I gasped as I stared at a gorgeous amber necklace.
See? How could I not get that? It's like it's made for you, Amber.
My heart was pounding as he put it around my neck. Why? Why did you just call me Amber?
Did I? Obviously a mistake, Rapunzel. Now shall we order?
I felt so distracted that I could barely read the menu. I needed some air. I excused myself to go to the bathroom, but just as I got up, I bumped into the waiter bringing our drinks.
Oh, I am so sorry, madame.
No, it was my mistake. Here, let me help you.
Oh, please, don't worry about it. I'll get you some drinks.
As he ran off, Ryder turned to me coldly.
Why were you flirting with the waiter?
What? I was just trying to be nice. But suddenly Ryder swiped all the plates off our table.
Don't play me for a fool. You kept touching his arm.
You're insane. I'm leaving. I ran out of the restaurant and looked around for a cab, but Ryder caught up with me.
If you walk away now, I'll make your life miserable, Amber.
Why do you keep calling me that? Just stop it.
Ha ha ha! Because that was your name before you came here, wasn't it? I know all about your past and you can't escape it. Yeah, I'll have you and your mother deported to Armenia and...
Suddenly, Ryder tripped over something and fell down, hitting his head. I frantically called an ambulance and used Ryder's phone to call Derek to the hospital.
What happened?
He tripped over something. The doctors say he'll be fine, but I can't stay here another minute.
Rapunzel, what really happened?
I broke down and told him how crazy Ryder had acted in the restaurant.
I wanted to warn you! You're not the first girl he's done this with. He's the perfect boyfriend at first, but then he gets so jealous and scares every girl away.
It's not just that. Derek, he knows things about me and he's threatening to ruin Mom's life and mine.
If you tell me what it is, maybe I can help you.
Derek, I need to talk to Mom first.
Of course, and you need to be sure you can trust me.
I looked into his warm brown eyes and I felt I could. So the next day, I asked Derek to come to my place and Mom told him everything.
I'm not Rapunzel's mother. I'm her aunt. Rapunzel's parents passed away when she was a baby, and I was her guardian in their will. But her other aunt and uncle kept insisting that I give Rapunzel to them. They only wanted her because of all the money in her name. They were powerful people, and I knew they'd keep trying to take Rapunzel away from me. So I ran away with her. We traveled far, but I'd always felt they'd find us. Then we came here and changed our names, and it seemed like we'd finally left everything behind. Until now.
We can't go back there, Derek.
I'll do everything I can, I promise.
I couldn't bear to go to school for the next few days. I felt sick with anxiety. Then finally, one evening, Derek showed up, and he was smiling.
My lawyer worked on your case. And given how long you guys have lived and worked in the US, your status will be made legal immediately. You can't be deported. No one's going anywhere.
Mom and I cried and laughed as we hugged, and I threw my arms around Derek too. Thankfully, Ryder still hadn't returned to school, and I started hanging out with Derek. I also apologized to Melissa.
Rapunzel, I was so affected by what you said that I confronted my mom. She didn't pay for me to get those roles, but someone did, and I have no idea who.
I do! It was Ryder! He did it because he wanted to turn me against everyone close to me. But I never should have doubted you. A few days later, I'd just put some stuff in my locker when I turned around to see Ryder.
Hi, Amber. Did you miss me?
You wish, and don't think you can ever bully me or scare me again. I don't care what you know, you can't use it.
Wow. What a transformation from the chicken girl I last saw. But yeah, I just came to tell you that I've lost all interest in you. Seems like you really lowered your standards when you settled for my brother. And I don't date trash.
He walked away, and I realized I'd been holding my breath. But minutes later, I heard loud voices down the hallway, and I ran to see Ryder smashing Derek against the lockers and beating him up. It took 4 teachers to pull Ryder away as he screamed like a maniac.
You want everything I have, don't you? You always have, you little worm. Do you think I'd let you be happy? I'll ruin your life, Derek. You'll regret the day you ever crossed me.
Derek went home early, and I was completely shaken by the day's events. Later that night, I was having trouble sleeping, and I heard a loud tap on my window. I sat up in horror, only to realize it was Derek. Gosh, you scared me! How are you feeling now?
I can't feel my face, but my heart's happy. I just had to tell you. Ryder went completely bonkers at home too, and my parents have admitted him to an institution for therapy.
That's such a relief. I'm sorry you got hurt because of me, Derek.
Don't be! I'd take 100 punches for you. Well, not 100, but you know what I mean. And Ryder's right about one thing. I've wanted to be with you since I first saw you.
He leaned in and kissed me, and it was lovely. We graduated from high school and both went to the same college in another city. Right after graduation, Derek and I got married in a small ceremony with our parents. Ryder was apparently out of the institution now and managing his dad's company in Europe. But of course, he wasn't invited. And a year later, we were blessed with a beautiful baby girl, Sarah.
Dad, where have you been? I was so worried.
Go away! Don't touch me!
I froze on the spot, not understanding why my once kind-hearted father was being so cold toward me. I snapped out of my daze and tried helping him forward, but he flinched me away. My eyes started to tear up, and I didn't know what to do. Then another woman appeared. She quickly helped him up and smiled at me.
Don't worry, sweetie. I'll take care of him.
Excuse me, who was she? My mother had barely been put in the ground, and Dad had already moved on. I couldn't watch any more of this, so I quickly left the room. How could things go downhill this quickly? My life used to be so simple and perfect. I had a loving family. I was always on top at school. People always complimented me on how I inherited both the beauty and intelligence of my mom and dad. But then a traffic accident happened and took Mom away from us. Ever since then, my polite, well-mannered, loving dad changed into a cruel, bitter drunk who seemed to despise me. The next day, I arrived home from school with the worry about what state my dad would be in. But why was Uncle Alfred on my doorstep? I invited him inside and there was Dad, slumped on the couch, surrounded by empty beer cans. As soon as he saw us, he slurred out and started throwing the cans at us. Uncle Alfred then took me to dinner so we could have a talk, and I couldn't help the tears as I blurted out how bad things were at home. He patted my arm and said,
You father's been through a lot. I think it's best if we give him time to sort himself out. I think you should come live with us for a while. So that's how I ended up living with Uncle Alfred, Aunt Madeline, and my cousin Charity.
At first, everything seemed fine. As bad as it sounds, it was a relief to be away from Dad and to be able to properly process my thoughts for once. I was so grateful to Uncle Alfred for giving me a second home. But then he went away on a business trip and everything changed. I was walking back to my room when Charity appeared in her doorway and tripped me up. As I stumbled and landed on my hands and knees, she snorted out,
Yes, that's right. Bow down to your queen, you hideous peasant. You should know your place in this house. I know you're just jealous of me because your grades suck and you're not as pretty.
Charity's eyes welled up. Then she shoved past me and ran to her mom. I followed up to her and explained what happened to my Aunt Madeline. She frowned at Charity, then scolded her. Phew! Fortunately, I had Aunt Madeline on my side. Anyway, justice is served, right? Wrong. As it wasn't long before my aunt's attitude changed toward me, too. One time, I was helping my aunt cook a casserole when the doorbell rang. It turned out to be an old friend of my aunt. As soon as she saw me, she happily said,
Wow, it's only been a few years, but Charity sure has grown up. The older she gets, the more she looks like Alfred, doesn't she? Look at her eyes and smile.
I stared at Aunt Madeline in confusion and saw her mood immediately shift. That night, when I brought the casserole dish out, Aunt Madeline took one bite, then spat it into a napkin.
You're clumsy, thoughtless, and now an awful cook. Be a bit more useful, will you?
I stared at her open-mouthed, unable to find the words to say. Then Charity piped in,
Please never make this again. Casserole is so gross, just like you.
Then she smirked at me as she dumped the entire plate into the trash. Weird. Didn't Aunt Madeline tell me to cook this because it was Charity's favorite? It seemed like life in this house wasn't going to get any easier. Over the next week, their mocking and snide comments continued. One day, I styled my hair in a different way, and Charity snickered at me.
What's that? It looks like you got a lobster on your head. Have you ever considered dyeing your hair, by the way? Because blonde really doesn't suit you.
On another occasion, I was invited to a party, so I put on this cute dress. But when I walked downstairs in it, they both stared at me. My aunt said,
Oh dear, is that piece of rag making you look even chubbier than usual? Or is it because you've been so well fed living with us?
Another time, I was sitting at the breakfast table, dabbing lip gloss onto my lips.
Stop!
As I tried to grab it back, she snickered out.
What for? Putting this on your gross lips just makes you look desperate. No one wants to kiss you anyway.
Gosh, my patience with this girl was wearing very thin. Worse still, Aunt Madeline overheard the whole thing, but she just laughed. I didn't understand why they were being like this. I knew I wasn't ugly or fat, and far from it. I know I'm pretty, as I was always complimented on my glossy long hair. Well, until I moved here anyway. This was so confusing. Why were they jealous of me? It turns out that being too beautiful was not easy. Things got trickier when my dad, who's also the school principal, returned to work after his time off. He totally ignored me, and it made me feel terrible. Then I arrived home from school to Aunt Madeline fussing over me and asking if I wanted anything to eat. Huh? What? Oh, I see. Uncle Alfred was back from his work trip. It was time I exposed this mother-daughter duo's fake act once and for all. So that evening, I volunteered to cook. Yep, you guessed it. I made the casserole dish. As I brought it out, Charity accidentally shouted,
"Ew! I already told you I hate this dish."
Aunt Madeline turned pale, and Charity gave this gawping, shocked look. Then I dropped to my knees and pleaded,
"I know I'm wrong. Please don't punish me anymore. I don't want to sleep in the basement again."
Uncle Alfred looked very confused. So I continued,
"I forgot that Charity hates this dish. I've been punished several times, but I still keep on messing up. I'm the one to blame."
What is this? I go away for a few weeks and come back to carnage?
He ordered Aunt Madeline into their room for a private chat.
"We're not even related. Don't expect my mother and I to be nice to you,"
she said, then stormed off. What? What did Charity mean? Of course we were related. Aunt Madeline was my dad's sister, right? I wanted to know what was going on. So I hid behind the door and listened in on their conversation.
Tell me the truth. Teresa is your child with Claire, isn't she?
I was taken aback. Claire? My mother. Had I misheard her?
I know. Mark told me. The day Claire had the accident, they ran some blood tests and he found out Teresa's blood type didn't match his. Obviously, she's not his biological daughter and she looks just like you. Now tell me, did you and Claire cheat behind our backs? You used to be in love with her before you married me.
So Dad treated me like that because he found out I'm not his own daughter. And Alfred and my mom used to be in love before she got married to my dad.
Explain to me.
Enough. I have nothing to explain to you.
Hearing footsteps toward me, I rushed to my room, closed the door, then crawled into my blanket, pretending to be asleep. Suddenly, I heard the door open. It was Alfred.
Teresa, let's get out of here.
I packed a bag and left with my Uncle Alfred. We moved into a small apartment not too far from his house. Even though he took care of me a lot, he never mentioned that day ever again. I didn't dare to ask either, so we just let it slide. He had to be my real dad, right? He just wasn't ready to talk about it yet. I tried to avoid Charity as much as possible, but this wasn't always easy as we went to the same school. It wasn't like I was scared of her or anything. It was just awkward. Then one day, I walked along the corridor to see flyers stuck to lockers, doors, windows, and floating around the floor. They all had a picture of my face on them, and scrawled across them was "This fraud is the product of her cheating mom and a married man." Everyone was giving me dirty looks and whispering about me. I panicked and rushed out of there, but I wasn't looking where I was going and bumped straight into a jock, and standing next to him was Charity.
"Enjoy the fame. These flyers were specially made for you."
Right at that moment, my father appeared holding a flyer. He waved it in front of her.
"What is this? Who allows you to trash the school with this rubbish? Leave Teresa alone."
I couldn't cope with my father right now, so I ran off to class. That afternoon, I heard the school speaker announce that everything written on the flyers was lies, and Charity would be in detention once the last bell rang. I just wanted to get home and hide away from the world. But as I walked outside, I saw my dad waiting for me at the gate. I had nothing to say to him, so I ignored him and walked off.
Please, Teresa, at least hear me out.
I stopped on the spot, then walked over to him. I guess it was time I found out the truth. So turns out, yes, I'm not his daughter, but I wasn't Uncle Alfred's daughter either.
I found this and it made me feel so guilty.
He said he showed me an artificial insemination certificate file. Turns out, after years of trying, my parents went to run some tests, and my dad was diagnosed as infertile. Mom didn't want him to be upset, so she secretly got artificial insemination and gave birth to me.
It was never your mom's fault, and I was wrong to treat you like that. I'm so sorry.
A fresh ran of tears streamed down my face with each word. I heard from him.
Teresa, I'm so sorry that us adults' selfishness and bitterness has hurt you. Alfred and I will do anything to make it up to you. Even if you want to find your biological dad, we'll try our best.
Him and Uncle Alfred, thinking there's no need to, as I've already got two amazing dads.